Okay. Hey guys, it's Alecia Stringer here, out here in Mount Pleasant, Texas, and today I'm going to raise your financial thermostat. Yes, how do you feel about rich people? Are you rich, or, it's kind of how you feel. I don't know. People have a different perception on it. So I'm so glad you found me. This is not a, fair warning, but I want you to really think about it. See how smart you are. So see if you can stay to the very end and see how you feel. Like you're comfortable now watching, me make a video, but really how do you feel at the end about the message that I want to share with you? Okay, is that important? With that being said, if you don't have time to go through this whole video, bookmark it so you can come back to later so you don't regret, the feeling that you get. Okay, here we go. If you didn't grow up rich and you weren't exactly destitute, remember how you feel, missing maybe one or two meals. Did you wear hand-me-down clothes? What does it feel like to try to fit in with all the other kids because they didn't have the latest, greatest thing, the best new thing? A lot of people, just talk about money when, especially growing up, and most grown-ups say money doesn't grow out in trees. The love of money is the root of all evil. We might not be wealthy, but at least we're honest. Maybe it's not God's will for me to have money. Goodness, have you heard of those negative sayings? I bet you have. And you probably added a few that I haven't even thought of. In fact, here's one we've all learned. How do I know? Because it's a constant theme in tons of movies and TV shows and books you read. Rich people are evil, nasty, unethical. I mean, think about it. Who is the bad guy in Harry Potter? The rich dad? And the rich kid? Who is the bad guy in Superman? That rich guy, Lex Luthor? Who is the bad guy in Spider-Man? That rich industrialist? And who's the good guy in these stories? Always like an orphan, someone who's been mistreated, always someone who thinks money is unimportant or unnecessary. Take a look at the movie Titanic. Only the good guys in the movie were poor, broke people down in that third class. And who were the rich people? The stupid, shallow, rich people who were up on the first class arguing about whether to have a mint sauce on their lamb chops, right? We are conditioned to believe that money is bad and that being broke is somehow better. Now here's why I'm telling you this. Your mind is like a computer. It records everything. From the time that you're little, our brain has been soaking up all those opinions about money and wealth. Even though they're not completely untrue and in real life, it can prevent you from being wealthy. Think about it. If your goal is to be honest, ethical, loving, caring, a generous person, and you believe that having money will make you an evil, mean, nasty, and greedy person, your mind won't let you take actions to increase your income. You're stuck on that, what you believe, the feeling of being evil, mean, nasty, and greedy. You're sabotaging yourself every time, and you won't even know it's happening. It's like an unconscious thing maybe. Get that. Really get that. You probably have experienced this. I know I have a couple times. Here's an example. Picture you're sitting at a stoplight and a beautiful, maybe there's a hot girl in it, maybe it's a Mercedes, pulls up beside you. It's like a $250,000 automobile, right? What's your first reaction? Look at that stupid rich driver in that big old car. She probably thinks it's better than everyone. Or, wow, look at that car. It's amazing vehicle. Isn't it such an amazing thing that exists? I bet it's just incredible to drive. Your response, simply seeing the person sitting in the car, was to automatically label them and being mean, evil, nasty person. It's like you see their self-image out there. What does that say about your attitude on money? What self-image are you putting yourself in? Okay, maybe here's another example. You're looking at a way to create more income, and you want a better life for your family, and you start looking for ways to do that. And you found one. You found an opportunity where people are making tons of money and where they seem to be having a blast doing it. It's an opportunity to break away from the herd and start living the life you deserve. Like the one I want to share in the link below. But rather than just jumping in and saying things like, it's just too good to be true. If it's so good, why haven't I heard of it before? I don't know. If I made that kind of money, I wouldn't know what to do with it. Especially about the taxes. You know how much debt this country's in. I don't know. It looks like something I've never done before. And then snap! Just like that, even before realizing it, you're doing it. You're sabotaging yourself again, pushing away from the very opportunity that you were looking for. Look, people go their entire lives in this cycle of almost breaking away and getting sucked back in. It's just tragic. It's a story of poverty. It's a story of mediocrity. You know, like those cash advance places, they can take 800% of the markup and keep people in debt. And I heard they're even banning it. They banned it in states like Georgia and Arkansas. So here's the solution. If you want to start living your life, you deserve. How do you feel now? You have to make friends with money. You have to stop fighting against the very thing you're trying to get. You have to be willing to see that money flows all around you. You only need to find out where the money is going and get in front of it. You have to realize that money isn't good or bad. It's neutral. It's what you do with money that makes the difference. That is the one thing I want to talk about here. If you want to check it out, look at the description below, all the links there. You know, this guy, Dave, was broke a few years ago, and he learned how to make friends with money. He discovered how to call it so that money would come running. He learned that money isn't good or bad, it's neutral. It's what you do with it that matters. And the very early in this video you're going to see, he explains how that neutral shift will allow you to get rid of all that negative programming. It actually starts with experiencing the poverty that's your birthright. Life was not meant to struggle. If you were born to be prosperous, there you go. If you're born to have more than what you need, but you have to get rid of all that negative programming first. And if you give yourself permission to be wealthy, that's where it starts. Do you? Do you give yourself permission? Is that all right with you? Can we show you how to start earning $1,000 days? $3,000 days? Will you take it? It's yours. But you have to turn back on that old way of thinking about money and make friends with money. I want you to watch that video right now. It'll show you exactly what to do and how to be more prosperous in your life. wish you all your success dreams in the world. Make sure you know all about it. Click the link below. See you on the other side.